Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Bray of the Brew Show, and I find myself at the grand launch of CultureFest. This is the maiden edition of CultureFest, and I'm not alone. As you can see, I'm here with Brainia. Brainia, how are you doing?
I'm fine, my bro.
Nice one. Brainia, so I can see a lot of amazing artifacts both behind you and behind me. And did you make them all yourself?
Well, not all, but I make some, and I pick pieces from members of my association.
Okay, what's the name of your association, please?
The name of the association is Handicraft Association Ghana. Handicraft Association Ghana. Yes.
Okay. And how long have you guys been in existence?
Over 5 years now.
5 years. But how long have you been an artisan?
Almost 24 years.
Almost 24 years.
And counting.
So what does the association stand for? What do you guys do for people?
Oh, I think the association, as you know, the name speaks by itself. You know, we are basically an association that comprises or includes all artisans who do something, of course, by themselves. So you know, you can see everything that is here is from members of my association. Everything that you see here is made, is handmade, it's made by us. It represents us in Ghana, and of course we are proud to be part of this historic event, to also show what, especially Mother Ghana is also happening. So that is why we are here.
So with regards to CultureFest, what significance do you personally derive from it? What do you expect to happen for future editions as well?
I think it should continue. Kudos to our boss for such a wonderful idea, and of course we would partner anytime, so we can be able to exhibit, what we have, our food, our artifacts, represent who we stand for as Ghanaians. So I would say it has come to stay. And once we are here, and today is the grand launch, we are happy, and I think words cannot express our heartfelt gratitude to especially our boss, Mr. Castro, and the team, and all those GTA and government for being part of this. So that's what I don't.
Now before I let you go, you've spoken a little bit about the artifacts on display, but I want you to help me go around and tell people what we have here. Okay, so let's start with what's right in front of us. So I can see some very beautiful fans.
Yes, these are fans. Yes, also made by our own selves. This is having class symbols, wall hang.
So what symbol is this one?
This is Namibian, so that is something, God has a supernatural gift or something which is above us. And this is Akofana. We all know about the sword that every president uses or every chief they use. So this is Akofana. This is of course our village. So that is the symbol that the
And these are
and this is one man no chop. It represents that we should say no to corruption. The national cake belongs to us all. So you chop, I chop. It's not about buying land cruisers and buying big cars for MPs, sitting in big land cruisers. No, they should all be able to come down to the normal level, so that we can use some of the money to develop our remote areas. So that's the meaning of this. Sure. Yes, so you can see one man no chop. Everybody serves exactly, eating together. We are all one, and there is no discrimination in this world. Because in the eyes of the Maker, we are all one. If you happen to be privileged in a position, you shouldn't just use it as a yardstick in taking a lot of national cake to your own accounts. You should open up so that everybody, will get something to also. So this is the meaning of one man shop.
So I can see we have a lot of beads and openers and combs.
Yes.
Okay.
These are beads and then openers.
And then these are beads as well. Okay.
Yes. This is an opener.
Opener, yeah.
So that is it.
And there are more sacrifice symbols here too. Sorry, more Edgar symbols here too.
Yes. Here's the beads.
Okay.
Yes. In Eastern region, I have a boss called CD Beats. He does all what you see here. In massive.
Sure.
Yes. He's also a member of the Great Family. He's actually one of our heads,
Oh, okay.
our leaders in the industry.
That's all.
And we have the Adinka symbols, as you rightly said.
Yeah.
This is Jinyame, except God symbol. Yes. And then this Sankofa. Then we have the paintings. These are all made from.
So, are any of your paintings here?
Yeah, no,
These are members of the association.
Members of the association. I'm a Kaba.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a Kaba by association. That is it. We are happy to belong to so these are all for members. Yes. Brilliant the painter called Africa. What you need as what you see there.
And how can people contact the association if they want to make purchases or walk in and...
Yes, so you can contact me on telephone number 0547 957597. The name is Anthony Abraham Kwabena Bringas. Yes, so I have 2 Christian names and 2 Babylon names. Thank you so much.
That's right. Thank you too. And may this CultureFest be a success.
Words by Makida. And I'm here with this amazing guitarist called AK.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next tune is entitled Yunabako. It's an answer story.
Graveyards. Oh, how I wish my solemnity would sway along the bay. The pleasures of life corresponds to the pressure it lies. Cool and soft. But my solemnity swings from downtown to the north. I'm unable to see, let alone to hear. I stand afar off, smiling at the waters, where its fiber of glory suddenly fades away. Slowly it withers. But graveyards found in a grave land, where people walk but are dead, and where forth glories are found no more. People bend their heads in shame, singing the lullaby of grief and sorrow. The shores runs the marathon of life, where the greatest survives in the sea. But who will survive and flourish in a grave land where people walk but are dead, and where forth glories are found no more? Pleasures are cast away into the sea, and treasures are upheld by the rich. The lion is the king of the jungle because of his voice. So I ask, who is the voice of this jungle where no life lays and no hunter rests? All are dead, buried down to the grave. So we let sleeping dogs lie and swallow our words, hallowing life's tragedies. Divulging our eyes, we see beauty, but our hands are so short to take hold of that possession. And graveyard lies bare with no beauty. It is hopeless, because great men want eternal turner, and lack the ability to make disciples because they are scared of death and yet kill every day. Life, passion, and hope. I can hardly see in this grave land and take a nap in this graveyard. So I pray to thee each and every day to lighten my path and lead the way to bring life and light to this land of the dead. The African stories must be told, but to who? The African stories must be told, but to who? The stories of our ancestors now lie in the shadow of their craft. Their descendants have risen to tell their tales, so they walk in the path of the just. Born in the furnace of pure gold, the story of the craftsman. They dig into the abyss of celestial truth for divine encounters. Soothsayers of emerald now cast forth their cowries, born spiritual. Heavenly host now gathers for a mighty call, a call to divine pasture. It dwells in our souls, and our spirits have no choice but to tell the stories of who we are before the beginning of time. This is our prayer. The invocation of our being must collide with the heart of our roots. Who we are and what we must stand for must be revealed to our course in life, so generations unborn can hold on to an everlasting truth. The African stories must be told, but to who? The question that lies in the deep. The African stories must be told, but to who? Our spirit cries out. The African stories must be told, but to whom? We seek clarity for this mystery that wanders on the surface of the deep. The quest of storytellers that found the way. They commune with the divine like scarlets of steel. They behold their face in the divine mirror of time, and their reflection is seen on the canvas of time. Today, it dawns on us as African storytellers to tell our own stories and tell our own stories from time to time, to run with a vision that has been handed over to us, to tell our way of life in rhythms and tunes, in language and dressing, in art and visual storytelling, in words and action, in music and dance, in food and drinks. This is an endless way to hand over our culture and heritage to the next generation. The next generation are the ones the African stories must be told to, so they don't forget their roots, who they are, and what they represent. Onipa beyebi, nanso. Some have found the path, some have walked the path, and some are yet to discover the path. The onus lies on us as Africans to be the path. The delusion of this world has it that great men erupt from the earth and are made great men. But the composition composition of God's masterpiece has all qualities embedded in one. Just like the seven spirits crafted in the nature of God, you died empty, pouring out what was bestowed on you for the grace of men to behold the light. The masterpiece set on the hill, acclaiming to men pearls, treasures compares not. Ardent to the indebtedness of the grave, the massive loss of nature's cost. Now we hit on the nail, disrupting facts that was the tales of the past, which made men lose the sense of their worth, to say the cemetery is the richest place to be, when bodies lie dormant and nothing less to look for. And understand why they say it is the poorest place to be. Because dreams were never accomplished, books were never written, music that was never heard lies in the shadow of their craft and struggled to the living. Portraits that was classical and businesses that reflected the hope of many, with inventions that will open the mouth of the sun to pour out its rays to the earth, were set ablaze, burning down into ashes, letting the world look down to themselves because real accomplishment was never done. Hence we have the sea hail into our progress, eternal beings that never poured themselves and never hoisted their flags, a legacy that has been held bound. The beauty of life glows at night, leaving the graveyards worthy beyond their reach, making them glitter though they are dim. But the truth is that their voice can never be heard, so why settle for less? The world is looking for those ingredients that's going to make their lives better. Those words, those music, those businesses, those portraits. Why die when there's so much within you? Why die when you can shape one little girl or boy's life with your works? A legacy that will live eternally. So my admiration lies on what Paul said. I have finished the course. I have kept the faith. I have been poured out like the drink offering. So I live to die empty, to embrace the confession of Christ and say it is finished, and have history and generations unborn hold on to my revelation to say die empty. Thank you very much.
And he dreamed that we're celebrating African culture. We're celebrating African businesses. We're celebrating African people, and of course, the world at large. And so when he came to the office, he just put a pen on paper and he said, listen, I want to organize the biggest cultural festival in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, please put your hands together for that man, that general, I call him, that major, lieutenant, when it comes to space, everything that you want to know, and he is the founder of the Organization for Africa Development. Put your hands together for Mr. Bonaventure Agusi. He is going to give us the welcome address. Please keep clapping, otherwise he will stop coming, please. We call him General Castro for that matter, and this whole place, this beautiful edifice was put together by him, and so that's why we're here. Please don't stop clapping, don't stop clapping, keep it coming. Let me meet him halfway. Yes, sir, and hand over the microphone to him. General, welcome, sir.
Good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen. All protocol duly observed. Welcome to Pleasant Garden. I'm very glad to see all of you here looking pleasant at Pleasant Garden. I'm the founder of the Organization for African Development, where we believe in culture, we believe in agriculture. Today, in our continent, we are experiencing things that we should not experience, which is extreme poverty and hunger, malnutrition. So one day I thought about this cancer and I said, wait a minute, what's happening in our continent? That is the richest continent in the whole world, but economically the poorest. You go on our on our street, traffic light, you see young people who are very strong. They are begging for money because they have no job. So after reflections, I said to myself that agriculture can absorb all these young ones from our street. That's how the Organization for African Development was born. So we've struck partnership with United Nations agencies, many international organizations, and we want to continue the good work we started. So we say we should come up with CultureFest. So we came up with CultureFest, and we decided to celebrate the CultureFest at Pleasant Garden. So thank you very much for your presence. Pleasant Garden, as you can see, is the biggest and sexiest outdoor event center in the country. If you come to Pleasant Garden, when you see my left side, you'll see we have a point and grill. And at the side of point and grill, we have point and block. We call it Pleasant Garden. Excuse me, I'm not in the right frame of mind, so forgive me, please. I may not flow as I'm supposed to flow, but please forgive me. So when you enter, we have about 30 cabanas. We have swimming pool in the middle, and we have bar in the pool. So we designed this place to be the best chilling place, that if you come here with your problems, you will forget about your problems. So basically, that is brief about Pleasant Garden. I forgot to mention, we have our presidential lounge upstairs there. We have the central bar, and the third bar, we are supposed to construct the third bar on my left side here, where we have the banner. So we are still under construction. It is not over till it is over. So in French, we say petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid. So by the time we finish with Pleasant Garden, here will be like paradise on the earth. Thank you very much. And sincerely speaking, I would like to say a big thank you for the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps and the Algerian ambassador. The South African High Commissioner was here. She said she's coming in a few minutes. We have a representative from the Niger Embassy on my left side. We have Her Excellency Ambassador Nancy. I call her champion ambassador. This woman, when I look at her, I laugh because she has too much energy. She acts like a teenager. So we have the privilege, we are privileged, to have our Queen Mother here. And I thank you all. Those of you I forget to mention your name, please forgive me. We have the powerful lady from the Year of Return desk. And I think that's what I can remember now. As I say, please forgive me if I don't mention your name. Thank you very much, and you are welcome. Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please.
Thank you. Ago. Amen. Ago. Amen. Ago. Amen. I welcome each and every one of you here to Dzorwulu. I'm happy to see everyone here, and then I'm glad to be part of this activity. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Almighty God for granting us the opportunity to be here. Lady President Nana Sewa, thank you very much. She's actually the president for the Queen Mothers Foundation, of which I belong. Lady Claudia, I say hello. That is the Colombia ambassador. Lady Nancy, thank you for joining us. Numo Clan, Wandabushi. I thank everybody here, and I would like to use this opportunity to make awareness or create awareness to the celebration of our Omowo Festival, since all we are doing here has to do with CultureFest. Omowo, as we know, simply means hooting at hunger, and we the Gans will be celebrating according to our various groups. So I'll plead with you all, in due time, we shall come to some of you, if not all of you, to welcome you, join us, celebrate. On this note, I say thank you very much, and let's all enjoy the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manye. Now, Badu, the first, of course, that was brief and concise, on the point. Lady, please put your hands together for her, Madam Thompson.
All right. There's a couple of things I want to do. Some announcements. We have a short code for donations and contributions, because I got to tell you, this was not cheap. We need support to put something together like this. 6 weeks of us getting together and thinking about ourselves, our traditions, our cultures. There you go. The ghosts are coming. They want to be in part 2. And thinking about where we come from, where we're going, and how we're going to get there. So our short code, please take out your phones, because you know, I need money. We need money. And this is the time where I say no contribution is too small. But then some contributions are too small. So let's start with, if you're going to do anything at all, 20 Ghana cedis and up, okay? So everybody, you have your phones? Lift up your phones. Lift up your phone. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Lift up your phones, okay? The short code is *447 *2341#. Okay? And then you can contribute your small quota to the success of this event. The short code again is *447 *2341#. Okay? Start with 20 and work yourselves up. 20 Ghana cedis and work yourselves up. I want to thank a number of people. You know, usually they call this the vote of thanks, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not voting. It's not an election. Another announcement I want to make is to thank the folks here that came out from the African American diaspora. Raise your hands, people. Diaspora's in the house. Raise your hands. Yell, yell, yell. Okay. And then I want to thank our folks that have come from afar. They came to sit with us and to be with us and to partake. This is a wonderful space, and we're happy that we're going to have the following activities. On the 21st of July is the Film Craft Festival. The Film Craft Fest. No, Film Craft Expo. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Film Craft Expo. Okay? This is where industry players get together and talk about what it takes to make a film. So we'll have music, we'll have dance, we'll have technical people doing CGI, we'll have camera, we'll have digital artists, we'll have everybody in this space. What does it take to make a film? What does it take to tell your story? This is what's going to happen on the 21st. On the 22nd, we have CultureFest. So we'll be introducing agriculture. We'll have a pre-launch of food goals. We'll have the launch of the food garden. And we'll have exhibits of food, flowers, agricultural tools. All of these things will be here for us to take a look at. Food security is very important, and we want to come out to CultureFest and talk about how we become food secure. Then on the 28th, we have Threads of Tradition. Threads of Tradition is our fashion extravaganza. We'll be looking at all the materials that give us our fashion, all the textiles, all the accessories, all the shoes, what we wear to express our stories in the space that we are living in the space that we are, in our own personal space. So that's Threads of Tradition, and that's on the 28th of July. August is coming, and we have more to follow. We'll have the schedule for you. We do have it now, but I gotta tell you, the jollof rice competition looks very delicious. Yes, and if you want to go ahead and sign up for these things, please take a note of the registration dates. We'll be happy to give you all that information. So if you didn't register when you came in and you want the information, go back and make sure that you register so that we can send you the information on the upcoming events. Thank you.